Hi, I'm Al Reese.
And I'm Laura Reis. And we are so excited to be coming to Warsaw, Poland this September to do an all-day seminar. Now Al here is going to give a brief introduction of what we'll be talking about. We'll see you soon.
Laura and I have written 5 books on marketing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And some of the things in these books are what we're going to be talking about. As a matter of fact, I've written 6 books before we became a partnership. Most of them with Jack Trout, starting with positioning. 6 different books on marketing. And we're going to cover some of the principles in these books and some of the new ideas that we have developed over the last few years. First of all, we're going to talk about the law of the word. A brand should strive to own a word in the mind of the consumer. And one of the best examples is Barack Obama. Here with a virtually unknown man running for president of the United States, focused on a single word change and became elected. Sure, that's the power when you focus on a single word. Now, the law of leadership is another idea that we're going to be talking about. It's better to be first than it is to be better. The first instant coffee, Nescafe, the dominant worldwide brand of instant coffee. The first cola, Coca-Cola, same thing, the dominant world brand in the cola field. The first hamburger chain, McDonald's, of course. The first energy drink, Red Bull. The first gourmet water, Evian. The first expensive watch, Rolex. The first car rental brand, they invented the category, Hertz. Still the dominant worldwide brand of car rental company. The first PC operating system, Microsoft, of course. The first high-capacity MP3 player, Apple's iPod. The law of the opposite. What do you do if you're not the leader? Well, then you try to be a strong number 2 brand. And to do so, you got to follow the law of the opposite. If you're not the leader, then you need to be the opposite of the brand that is the leader. For example, Red Bull was a big success. So what had happened? Everybody copied Red Bull, especially this small 8.3-ounce can, except Monster. Monster was a brand launched in a twice the size can, 16 ounces. Guess what? Today, Monster is a strong number 2 brand, the Red Bull, in the American market. Mercedes-Benz, for example. Mercedes made big and comfortable cars. So what did BMW do? They made smaller, more nimble machines. And they developed a powerful advertising slogan called the ultimate driving machine. And today, BMW outsells Mercedes in the U.S. market. And it outsells Mercedes in many other markets around the world. Be the opposite. Coca-Cola, for example, is 124 years old. Your parents drank Coca-Cola. So what did Pepsi-Cola do? They said, you don't want to drink what your parents drank. You're the Pepsi generation. And today, Pepsi-Cola is a very strong number 2 brand in the cola field. The law of the mushy middle. In the long run, the place to avoid is the mushy middle. I mean, take white wine, for example. That's a big seller. Take red wine. Red wine is a big seller, but right in the middle is rosé wine. Rosé is nowhere. Not nearly as big as red or white wine. Look at the automobile field. In the United States, for example, doing great at the low end are inexpensive cars like Kia and Hyundai and Mazda. Doing great at the high end are the expensive cars, BMW, Lexus, Mercedes. Right in the mushy middle are the American brands, American companies. Chrysler went bankrupt, General Motors went bankrupt, and Ford is losing money. They don't make expensive cars, they don't make cheap cars, they're in trouble. The law of the visual. See, every brand needs 2 things, a verbal nail and a visual hammer. For example, the verbal nail for Marlboro is the first masculine cigarette. The visual hammer, hey, it's the cowboy. The combination of the verbal masculine and the visual cowboy, very powerful, very powerful. Coca-Cola is widely known as the authentic cola, the real thing. The visual hammer, that unique cola bottle, what they call the contour bottle. You put those two together and you got a powerful combination. Bang, you get the idea inside the mind of the consumer. The verbal nail for Mercedes is prestige. The visual hammer is that TriStar trademark. Combination is very, very powerful. The verbal nail for Rolex, again, like Mercedes, is prestige. The visual hammer is that unique watch band that tells everybody, hey, I got a $5,000 watch. It's a Rolex. Look, we're going to also talk about the difference between management thinking and marketing thinking. They don't necessarily think alike. Management people tend to be left-brainers. Marketing people tend to be right-brainers. See, management left-brainers are verbal, logical, and analytical. A right-brainer tends to be visual, intuitive, and holistic. There's a difference, and we're going to discuss the principles involved. Why management people tend to gravitate toward left-brainers. Marketing people tend to be right-brainers. Each side works differently. You know, the left side of your brain takes in information in series. Click, 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 and click. You know, it focuses in on the details. The right side of your brain tends to take information in parallel. It sees the big picture. Now, every brain is a combination of left and right. But some people are more focused on the right side. They tend to be marketing people. Some people are focused more on the left side. That tend to be management people. Now, to build a company, it really takes both types. But they got to work together. And those are some of the ideas that we're going to be talking about. But believe me, I've just shown you 42 slides, and we got more than 1,000 slides into our all-day seminar. So we hope to see you in Warsaw very soon.